Was there any volatility in the standings across the NHL tonight? Well, let's take a look at some of the final scores to find out. The Hurricanes had their hands full with the Blue Jackets. Columbus plastered the opposition with goals, and even more goals. The Cats were on the road to take on the Canucks. Florida took the W in a close one. The Isles had a tall order to fill as they tried to take two on the road against the Sharks. The New York Islanders toughed this one out, and they get the 2 points. We got to take a quick break, everybody, but we've got a lot more to get to. Stay with us. Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Sharks were in a dogfight on the road against the Bruins. Boston toughed this one out, and they get the 2 points. The Flyers were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Ducks. Anaheim posts the win in a game that went back and forth all night. The Jets faced off with the Blues. St. Louis tops the opposition in a game that had a little bit of everything on this night. Hey, we got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more on the other side. Don't even think about leaving us. All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Canes were hoping to take a bite out of the Penguins. Carolina pushes past in a tight one. The Senators were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Maple Leafs. Toronto tightens it up when they needed to most late, and they get the win. The Lightning played on the road against the Stars. Dallas puts up a strong defensive front when it mattered most, and they get the win. Lots more still to come, including the story in MMA, the hardwood, and more. Stay with us. All right, let's get all you poolies and all you hockey fans caught up on all the action out on the ice tonight. The Hurricanes were looking to steal 2 against the Sharks. Carolina tore it up offensively on a night it seemed like... Well, some fun, some drama, a little bit of everything on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of those scores around the league. The Blues were hoping to come up with 2 points on the road against the Avalanche. Colorado poked out a victory in a tight one. The Blackhawks took to the road to match up with the Bruins. Boston takes this one in a nail-biter. The Flames took to the ice to battle the Golden Knights. Vegas pulverizes their opponents with a strong offensive display. Lots more to get to on the ice. Stay with us, everybody. All right, let's take a look at some of the final scores in the league tonight. The Bruins went toe-to-toe on the road against the Hurricanes. Carolina takes the win in a very close game. The Sharks were hoping to play spoiler against the Ducks. Anaheim played a thriller, and they come up with the winner in overtime. Let's take a look at the rest of the action on the ice tonight in the National Hockey League. The Hurricanes were on the road up against the Red Wings. Carolina topples the opposition with a big goal-scoring effort. Well, with this one all in the books, let's get you caught up on some of the other final scores around the National Hockey League. The Penguins were looking to steal 2 points against the Devils. Pittsburgh performed well in the skills competition, getting the shootout win. The Oilers looked to run roughshod over the Ducks. Anaheim tested their mettle in this one, but they still come away with the win. Time for a quick break, but we got a lot more coming up on the ice next. All right, let's go around the horn and see what happened elsewhere around the NHL tonight. The Blue Jackets faced off against the Capitals. Columbus played a sound defensive game and pick up the regulation win. The Blues were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Predators. Nashville takes this one with a strong effort at both ends of the ice. The Oilers took on the Senators. Edmonton performs well when they needed to in the skills competition, and they win it in the shootout. We got to take a quick break, but we got a lot more coming your way next. Hey, no shortage of action and drama on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at what happened elsewhere. The Canes took to the ice for a collision with the Panthers. Carolina, too much to handle in the shootout, and they get the win. The Sharks were hoping to fly high on the road against the Islanders. San Jose pulled this one out. It went to a shootout, but they get the win. The Kings battled it out against the Capitals. Los Angeles took this one on the heels of a big performance in the shootout. Lots more puck talk coming your way, and we'll get to it next. Busy night of action on the ice. Let's take a look at some of the finals that are in from tonight. Well, busy night in the National Hockey League. Let's see what happened elsewhere on the ice. The Flames took to the ice to lock up with the Senators. Ottawa takes this one on the heels of a spectacular show in the shootout. The Golden Knights were in tough with the Jets. Winnipeg pressed on, always persevered, and they get the win. The Rangers were on the road to take on the Sabres. Buffalo torches the opposition with a big offensive output. Don't even think about touching that dial or touching that button. We've got plenty more on the ice, and that's next. Let's take a look around the league and some of the final scores out there tonight. The Blue Jackets were in a dogfight on the road up against the Hurricanes. Carolina posts the win with a strong defensive front when it mattered most. There were other games on the ice as well across the National Hockey League. Let's bring you up to date on some of the finals. The Devils were looking to grab points on the road against the Blackhawks. Chicago tore it up on the ice. It almost seemed like everybody got in on the scoring in the win. The Kings had an on-ice collision with the Oilers. Los Angeles played one of their strongest defensive games of the year, and they get the win. We'll check the inbox, we'll check the text line, and hear what you have to say next. Now let's take a look at some of the rest of the action tonight in the NHL. The Knights had their hands full with the Hurricanes. Vegas talked a big game going in. They back it up with a clean sheet shutout win. The Avs were on the road to take on the Blues. Colorado proves that offense is the difference in this one as they skate away with the win. The Sabres had a tall order to fill as they tried to take two on the road against the Senators. Ottawa terrific in the shootout portion of the game, and they get the extra point to go with it. Hey, a few more hot button issues we got to get to. It's a jam-packed show tonight. Stick around. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Hurricanes were in a dogfight on the road against the Canadiens. Carolina proves to be a little too much on this night, and they pick up the 2 points. With this one in the books, there's a few other final scores we'll get you caught up on at this time. The Maple Leafs were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Stars. Toronto toughed this one out, and they get the win. The Blue Jackets faced off with the Ducks. Columbus put on a show offensively in the win. We got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us. All right, at this time, everyone, we'll catch you up on what went down and all the action in the league tonight. The Penguins were hoping to take a bite out of the Hurricanes. Carolina took it in overtime. The Red Wings were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Oilers. Detroit pulls this one out in the shootout. The Sabres were looking to steal 2 against the Kraken. Seattle triumphs with a big offensive effort. Hey, we got to pay a couple of bills here, but we got a lot more action we got to get to. Stay with us. Time to take a look at what happened around the league as we check in on some of the scores. The Hurricanes were hoping to come up with 2 points on the road against the Flyers. Philadelphia perfect on the night defensively, and they get the shutout win. The Oilers took to the road to match up with the Blues. St. Louis tore it up on this night, and they pick up the 2 points. The Sens took to the ice to battle the Capitals. Ottawa played maybe one of their strongest games of the year at both ends of the ice and get the win. Don't go anywhere. We've got much more here on the show. All right, lots of wild happenings on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of the scores of what went down. The Canes went toe-to-toe on the road against the Blues. Carolina tore it up offensively, and they easily come away with the win. The Sharks were hoping to play spoiler against the Canucks. Vancouver picks up the win in the skills competition and the 2 points to go with it. The Pens were on the road up against the Bruins. Pittsburgh takes this one after coming up big in the shootout. We got a jam-packed show. We've got a lot more stuff we got to get to, so don't even think about going anywhere. Stay with us. And coming into this one, can he hit 50? That's what we're wondering. Right there on the cut line, can they hit that 50-goal mark? That would be a fun storyline to track as we inch closer and closer to puck drop. Ray Ferraro will join me up in the broadcast booth in just a few minutes. We'll get his thoughts as we get ready. Okay, everybody, let's take a quick look at some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Hurricanes were looking to steal 2 points against the Devils. New Jersey pile-drive their opponents with a huge offensive night. The Kings look to run roughshod over the Blackhawks. Chicago tucks home the shootout winner and the extra point to go with it. The Flyers faced off against the Stars. Philadelphia plastered their opponents with a big offensive output. The story on the ice continues in a moment. Well, let's take a look at how the standings were impacted with some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Rangers were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Hurricanes. Carolina tramples their opposition in this one with a powerhouse offensive display. The Bruins took on the Capitals. Boston posts an impressive win in a tightly contested affair. Let's check in on some of the final scores across the league tonight. The Devils took to the ice for a collision with the Panthers. Florida takes home the winner in the shootout. The Oilers were hoping to fly high on the road against the Flames. Calgary powered their way through all night long en route to the shutout win. The Blues battled it out against the Red Wings. Detroit took this one on the strength of a great effort in goal for the shutout win. We are as cool as ice, and we are bringing you many more stories from the NHL. We're doing it next. Was there any volatility in the standings across the NHL tonight? Well, let's take a look at some of the final scores to find out. The Canadiens took to the road to match up with the Hurricanes. Carolina peppers the opposition with a strong offensive performance for the win. Hey, with this one all said and done, let's get you caught up on some of the other final matchups in the league tonight. The Penguins took to the ice to lock up with the Jets. Winnipeg trusted the system, they stayed with it, and they pull out the win. The Sharks were in tough with the Stars. Dallas puts on a clinical defensive effort and skate off with the win. A very special guest drops by on the show, and we'll do that next. They're ready to drop the puck on period number 3. He's Ray Ferraro. I'm James Cebulski. Let's do this. Barring extra time, the final frame of this one. Here we go. Third period is underway. Ray Ferraro is back down at ice level. Ray, 40 minutes played so far. What's been your assessment of this tilt?
Carolina's had such a meager total of shots on goal. Predictably, they haven't scored. They've got to get more pucks to the net.
Icing is the call. We'll get a face-off at the other end.
Yakimov's never takes a soft step on the ice. When he is playing, you have to know where he is.
James Cebulski, Ray Ferraro with you here in the early going of this period. Ottawa's doubled up on them. It's now 4-2. The Hurricanes win it. They score! What a shot!
That's a great sound when it pings off the post, and then you don't hear anything except you see the goal line. What a shot. The replay won't tell the whole story here. The face-off win in the offensive zone is because of that careless icing call. Now, you can get your better players on the ice, you win the draw, and all of a sudden, it's in the net.
Moves the puck. Looking to make something happen along the boards. And he regains control of the puck. Broken up with the stick in the defensive end. They go on the attack from the left side. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Blair. Maroons got it on the offensive end. Drives it to the crease. And that's poked away by Ovechkin. Nice feed from the goaltender. Takes the feed in the middle of the ice. And he takes a shot.
Cover.
Stopped by the goaltender. He got a little piece of that one.
Ovechkin's got that spinorama zone ability, guys, and that's when he dizzies defenders with a twirl and goes in another direction to continue the play. He can really open up the ice when he pulls it off.
Grabs it in his own end. Steps into the offensive end. From the slot. Great save from in tight.
In tight, he had to make an excellent save. Sharp's point streak has been a thing to behold. You start to get superstitious on a run. You do everything the same, you wear the same suit all the time.
The Hurricanes take possession off the faceoff. Oh, what a stop! Grabs the puck in the corner. Back to the blue line. Here he is on the backhand. And he denied that opportunity. Getting closer to the halfway point of this frame. We got a tie game. Carolina's got it in the offensive zone. Sends a pass over. They gain the offensive zone from the middle. That's blocked. Moves it around along the half wall. Picking up some steam at center ice. And a stick in the lane deflects that one away. Moves it to Bates. With possession along the wall.
Clear the puck.
Quick pass to Maroon. Can't connect on the pass. Takes the feed at center and moves forward. Carolina's got the puck along the wall. Beautiful feed up ahead from the right wing side. Drives to the crease. Scores! That's the tie!
I wasn't sure if anybody was going to be able to start to change the momentum of this tight game. Now coaches talk about getting to the front of the net, make it difficult on the goalie, take his eyes away. Man, he only could see the players' butts in front of him.
His head was up, his feet were moving, and with that quick release, there was no stopping him there, guys. That's his make it snappy superstar ability, and it's something to be aware of.
Puck picked up by Maroon.
James, he's only one goal away from the next plateau. He's really working the puck now.
Brings it off the pipe.
The Hurricanes continue to lead, but they would have loved to have stretched it out after that one hits the post.
Cover.
Made the stop on the play.
Ovechkin's always had a shot-first mentality. He's able to score with a great shot. He's among the league leaders in goals.
Still lots of time left here in this frame. Carolina's got the momentum with a one-goal lead. They'd love to add to that. Moves the puck up to Tootin. Coming down the left wing and into the zone. And now he moves it quickly to Viveros. Oh, what a blocker stop on that. From point blank. And offers up a little sweet chin music going high.
The net's been 4 feet high for 100 years. That one's been high since the 1920s.
Past the midway mark of the frame, James and Ray with you tonight. If you love offense, this has been the game for you. 5-4 is where we sit. Carolina's won the faceoff. Oh, it stays out. He got a piece of that one.
You know when you're looking for a buddy in a crowded train station? Well, now you got to find a little puck through the bodies there. Good luck to you. You found it.
Both centers ready to take the draw here coming up. The frozen biscuits dropped, and we are back underway here. Great reach with the stick by Ovechkin. Receives the pass. And the traffic neutralizes that threat. Puts it in deep. Carolina's gained possession along the boards. Quick feed to Nichols. Slides the puck over. Stays with it. Lets one go. Oh, gets a blocker on it to turn it away. And now he angles it across to Ovechkin. Feeds it on over to Blair. Poked away in the offensive zone by Ovechkin.
I'll make a change.
Nice pass. Oh, he gets a piece of it with the glove. And we'll get a reset after the puck goes up and out of play.
Change it up! Carolina's top line is one of those lines I just love to watch play. When they get it rolling, it seems like they're unstoppable. Shift after shift, they're the most dangerous players on the ice.
Ovechkin's won it off the faceoff. Moves it quickly over to Nichols. Streaking into the attacking zone from the right. And he puts that one aside with ease. Sends the pass over. The Senators move it ahead. A shot. Long jam in front. That's broken up. Along the wing up the neutral zone. Ottawa's looking to break out of their own end.
You don't even need to look up at that $10 million scoreboard to see that the game is close. You can feel it, James. The pressure is on the players to make the right play in a game that has very little margin.
Can't catch up to the pass. The Senators will play it in their own end. Up along the wing. Carolina's got the puck along the boards. Broken up with the stick in the defensive zone. Fails to find the open man. The Senators ready to go on the attack. There's the whistle as things will slow down here for a moment.
Always a good play. If you're not sure what's going on, freeze the puck.
In the final moments of this period, the Hurricanes are holding on to a one-goal lead. It's 5-4. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Under a minute to go in the third. Cuts into the paint. Miles has the puck inside the defensive zone. Up along the wall on the right side and into the attacking area. Ottawa's emptied the net. The extra attackers now out on the ice. Steps inside the line. Breakaway with an empty net. Scores into the empty net.
Well, you shouldn't miss that. There's no one standing there. Put it in the cage, man.
No pressure, right? Carolina's added to their lead with the empty netter, and Ray, that's pretty much all she wrote, I would say.
Well, you grind away to get the lead through this much of the game, and they pull the goalie, they're going to pressure you. You put it away with an easy one into the empty net.
Gotta find a way to get back into this one as they trail the extra attackers on the ice. Ottawa's got it into the offensive zone. Here's a chance. Oh, and somehow he gets a sliver of it and keeps them at bay. Cutting to the front of the net. Handles the puck. Now a quick pass to Blair. Puts it on net. That goes off a twig. Uses the boards with the bank pass. And that'll close the book on this one as the final horn sounds. The center. Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Senators were on the road to take on the Hurricanes. Carolina powers their way to victory in this one. Let's take a look at this time at some of the other final results around the league tonight. The Coyotes were in a dogfight on the road up against the Bruins. Boston terrorized the goalie with a monster offensive display. The Caps were looking to grab points on the road against the Flyers. Philadelphia picks up the shutout victory with a beautiful performance defensively. We got to take a quick break, everybody, but we've got a lot more to get to. Stay with us. All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Flyers had an on-ice collision with the Senators. Philadelphia tightens it up when they needed to most, and they preserved the victory. The Sharks had their hands full with the Oilers. San Jose pulls this one out in a game that went right down to the finish. Hey, we got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more on the other side. Don't even think about leaving us.